Hey everybody, it's Daniel here from Mobile Syrup, and we have just installed the leaked version of Flipboard for Android. This was leaked last night by a very kind XDA developer who had his hands on a demo of the Galaxy S3. Flipboard, as you know, is to be an exclusive on the Galaxy S3, at least for a little while before becoming more widely available on the Android platform. So a lot of people were very curious as to whether A, it would even work on other devices, or B, whether Flipboard had locked down all of the APKs in the demo, and it turns out that is not true. So as you can see here, I have Flipboard in my folder, and I'm running this on the non-Samsung HTC One X, and let's open it up and see how it works. So it loads up pretty quickly. You can see that all of these cards are being updated, and as they update, they flip to the latest image. You can see there's a vertical flip here, and I have 3 pages. This automatically synced with my iOS account, so I had already installed this on my iPad and my iPhone, and all of my accounts, including my custom accounts. So I loaded up a version of Mobile Syrup's RSS feed here. You can see I'm flipping vertically to change between the articles. Everything is running really nice and smooth. The only problem that I see here is obviously a problem that I have on a lot of apps with the HTC One X, is this three button menu here, but there is some functionality to it, as you can automatically go back to the top of the list using that menu button. Every device that I've heard of, going all the way back to the LG Optimus One series, which is a tiny little device running on Android 2.3, has been running this app without issue. So as you can see, we have cover stories, which was a very new addition to the iPhone version in the last few months. So that's been added here. If we go into settings, we can just see what it's all about. You can see that obviously it's Flipboard 0.7.17, so it's not even a 1.0 version yet. If we go to read later, you can see that you can actually add Instapaper, Pocket, and Readability, even though Instapaper is not actually available for Android. However, you can save any article that you have read to one of these services, and it will aggregate it and strip out all the ads and all the images and just make it really nice and readable. You can show status updates, which is nice. To if you don't want to have to deal with inane Twitter updates, for example, you can just turn that right off. You can also mute certain authors, so you can tap their image and mute them if you don't want to have specific people coming up from Twitter or Facebook. You can do that as well. And the content guide, you can actually specify it for which country is it's going to customize the local content for. So they recently updated Flipboard to support Canadian content. I have it right there. That's really great. Other things, you can install Instagram, Tumblr, Google Reader, Twitter, Facebook, and a few others. If I go up to this, if I go up to the Your Flipboard, which looks like the search button, you can actually customize your Flipboard to look however you want. So I have news, tech, Flipboard, pics, Twitter, Google Reader, Tumblr, Mobile Syrup, Instagram, lifestyle, Facebook. You can edit that, and then you can move them all around. You can delete them, you can refresh them, and if you go back to the home page, you can add more. So I have the ability to update even more here if I want to add new content. So there's a lot of really interesting things that I can do with this Flipboard. Make sure that I can get more content if I really want to. If we go into, say, my Google Reader, this shows up. It's not a consistent way of looking at things, because some pages show up with 2 articles, some show up with 1 and a little bit of text. You can see that some have images, some don't. So it's basically a glorified RSS reader, but it's really interesting how it does that, because if you click on an article, for example, it will show up as a kind of any kind of RSS reader. This could go over as Google Reader, for example. It's not really that different. You can then view the original on the web, and it'll open up an internal browser. So this doesn't open up in your external browser unless you actually want it to. But the web view is not that good. I don't love the fact that you can't pinch to zoom on it. It takes a little bit of time to load. It's not all that conducive to long form reading. So if your RSS feed cuts off that portion and it doesn't show you the entire article and you have to go to view original on web, you might as well just open it up on, see, right now it's not supporting pinch to zoom. I can't really do anything other than double tap. So it kind of harkens back to those old Android 1.6 browser days, which I'd love to see improved. But other than that, everything looks really good. So performance is excellent. If I want to save a particular document, I can star it, and this will do the equivalent of what the service offers. So I'm starring this in Google Reader. If I go back to Twitter, I can favorite it on Twitter, for example, and it will show me who posted it originally. If I click on that person, I can see his Twitter feed, and I can also mute this person if I want to. So I can add him to my Flipboard. I can search I can go straight to my other feeds. So if I want to change right to tech, I can do that. So lots of cool things that I can do here. Nice to be able to go back to the top. So everything seems to be in order, and feature parity with the iOS version seems to be the name of the game here. We're not sure exactly why this was so easy to port. I mean, Flipboard could have made this. It could have been able to track who got the copies of the APK. It could have been able to tell the leaked APKs to stop working. We don't know whether that'll actually be the case. Maybe in a few days, once Flipboard gets kind of sends the death switch, and all of these versions of Flipboard will just stop working. Who knows? But as it is now, it actually appears to be a very functional app. And in addition to being able to look at your feeds that you've aggregated, you can actually add your status updates to Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. So this can act as a glorified Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram app, and you can see all your Instagram feeds right there. You can heart specific pictures, and you can see comments, things like that. So lots of very cool stuff. This is Flipboard for Android. The other cool thing that you can get if you install this to your system app. So basically there are two ways to install this. You can download the APK and you can just install it, sideload it regularly, or you can, if you're rooted, you can put it in your system/app directory and you can change the permissions, and that will give you access to these two Flipboard widgets. And there's a 4x2 and a 4x1 widget, and you can see here it kind of just flips through different articles when you press the refresh button, and if you want, you can click on that article and it will flip right to it. So that's an Instagram photo, for example. I can do the same with the 4x1 widget. It's not all that functional because you can't actually interact with the widget itself. You can only click on the article that's there, and then you just flip between articles by pressing the refresh button. It's not all that useful, but it's very pretty. And if that matters to you and you use widgets, there you go. It's yours for the taking. So we'll put up a link to the APK on the article. We'll show you how to install it into the system app directory if you're rooted. And this has been a quick overview of Flipboard for Android. Thanks so much for watching.